I got my start many years ago in the poetry scene in the beautiful town of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Very first concerts I ever gave in my life were at a place called the Poets Loft, 614B Central Avenue on Bathhouse Road. And I am grateful to that community in particular for listening to whatever I felt like singing about that day. And I'm grateful to all of you as well for listening to whatever I feel like singing about today, which just happens to be all of my watery stuff. So all of that to say, this harkens back to my slam poet roots. This next piece is called Hot, Wet Mess. It was in Apex magazine a couple of years ago. It's about a mermaid from Louisiana. She goes by Lurleen, because that's easier to wrap your tongue around than a real name. The same is true of most drag queens. But underneath the sequins, the shine, and the cigarettes, Lurleen is more mami wata than most. It's confusing to watch her dance in the clubs down Decatur. She blurs like a mist somehow, moves like the Cancer Alley current. We don't drink the water. Everybody's got a lost love, a story, a hang-up, and a prescription, but Lurleen captivates when she tells it like it is, one smoky chuckle at a time. So we pull up that chair, we buy her that cocktail, and we watch her drink it, breathing secondhand blue air like it was water from home. Swamp girls either never leave or get out as fast as they can. The same is true of girls from the Delta, the hills, the backwoods, the lower nine. It's not so easy to walk. It's not so easy to hit the road when you were born instead to walk on water and breathe it too. Give any gator a marshmallow and he's sweet as milk for long enough to let you pass. This is the least of my secrets. Believe it or not, you could learn a lot from muskrat girls. The closest things to our Selkie sisters anyone is going to see in these parts, 3 drinks in down there by you. The year wheel turns on Mardi Gras down here. It's frozen that way now, in a demon's rictus grin, the way your mama told you your face would freeze. Something's got to balance out the rest of the parish. It's holiness and heat. My cool copper skin never dries. And I can drink any bartender this side of Pontchartrain under the table, Sharon. I won't lie. I have an appetite for blame. But with beads in the trees all year round in the Crescent City, who could blame us for wanting a little of our own flash and shimmer down below? Where the mud and the sewage swirl so thick you never even try to get the smell out. I have been known to sneak a marshmallow to the big white gator at the aquarium. It's either that or set him free, and I don't trust myself to be good. Too many children running around in there, so it's the smaller rebellion for us, for now. My mother remembers Bonnie and Clyde, all the fear they commanded in Louisiana before my time. Mermaids are no less living legends, but we don't tote guns unless we're walking the bywater at 3 in the morning. Sometimes I do just that. Circus freak, swamp girl walking tall, and some poor boy's fascination with my flesh turns to fear, and so to food. It'll do. On an easy night, I'll walk into town arm in arm with my sisters, and we'll go out to practice the few steps we've learned. Since so few grown folk are fool enough to go swimming, but most are plenty fool enough to go out dancing. See, it's just as hard to see the bottom of the night around here as it is to see the bottom of the river. Thank you. the accent that I am borrowing for that piece is that of my maternal grandmother, Mary Pierce Peacock, who grew up in Belcher, Louisiana. And I was thinking on my way here, I was like, I'm going to do Lurleen today. And I thought, oh, I miss, more than anything about her, I miss the sound of my grandmother's voice. She's been gone for a long time, but she might be hanging out today. She was very accepting. She was not a bigoted person at all. She was compassionate from top to toe. And you know, there are some old-fashioned currents socially where I was raised in Southeast Arkansas. But when I moved to Memphis, Tennessee after college to try and figure out how to make this into a career, and I came home and I told my grandmother honestly, or my mother, after I told her honestly, told my grandmother honestly that all my housemates were boys. My grandmother's only response to that was, well, she'll be safe then, that's good. Nobody's gonna mess with her. I'm happy to say that that was true.